Hello and welcome to this video where I'm going to be covering the topic of WordHero and plagiarism-free content. So this is something that comes up a lot, and WordHero did a fantastic article describing, and answering that question when it comes to some of the popular questions, worrying about your content, and so on and so forth. So before we get to this and where I can show you how to check it for free, here is the article, okay? So it says, is the generated content plagiarism free? To answer this question, one should first understand how the AI generates content. A common misconception is that the AI goes out into the internet, lifts relevant content from online sources, and rewrites it. This is wrong. In actual fact, the AI is based on a generative language model. In other words, it predicts the next few words, given a sequence of words with a certain amount of variability or randomness. The AI does not actually understand what it writes. If you truly comprehend how the AI works, you would also understand that plagiarism in general is not an issue. The chances of your generated article being identical to another is practically zero. Sure, there might be the occasional instance where a phrase or two appears somewhere else, especially if it's a common phrase, but this happens by chance rather than by plagiarism. It's highly unlikely that Google would penalize a site just because one or two phrases appear in another site, and there's a few other things. I will link this deeper into the description in case you want to read it. But this is a fantastic article when it comes to anyone having kind of doubts in terms of content and being plagiarism free. They also talk about how you can use free or paid plagiarism checkers. Heck, I went right into Google, looked for a free one, and I created this just right off the bat. First thing I came up with, a few paragraphs. As you can see, 100% unique. So there's plenty of tools to help you get that confidence if you're looking for that. But all in all, this is a fantastic article. It's kind of similar to when you're writing yourself. This is what I want to highlight the most. There are going to be some chances where, say you put it in there and it's like 2% plagiarism, but there's a lot of phrases and terms that you can use that have just been used so many times. Like, my family sat down to eat dinner. How many specific times do you think someone actually wrote that in an article on the internet? Like, I'm sure it appears everywhere. Heck, this might even happen when you write it and not even realizing that it's going to be a similar phrase elsewhere. That doesn't mean you plagiarize it. It's just happened to be, like we talked about, a common phrase, which can come up in some of the plagiarism checkers. Overall, this is a great article. I think I summed that up a few times. And so if you're worrying about that, rest assured that AI is going to be great when it comes to creating high quality content, especially with WordHero. If you haven't gotten to check them out, I will put a link in the description. They do have a great deal going on at the time, but won't be around forever. I will also, as I said, put this in the description as well in case you want to read upon it further. And that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll talk to you soon.